Well, we just got an important update regarding Pokemon Home and the connectivity between Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen. So let's discuss that. Before that, hi, my name's Yuki. I like Pokemon and geek-related topics. You guys want to watch more geek-related topics? Hit the subscribe button, and thank you for joining me. Now let's get into it. So the Pokemon Company has officially revealed to us that in October 2026, we will get the official Pokemon Home update that will allow transfer between Pokemon FireRed LeafGreen and the mainline Switch titles. Obviously, it's very hinted at that there will be no ability to transfer back and forth. This will be a one-way transfer. But it's still exciting all these months later to finally see the update has officially gone live. Additionally, alongside this, apparently the game will be read through the save data that's on your system, and if you've completed it, you will get this Celebi as seen here as above, which is a clever nod back to the original Celebi distribution during Generation 3 titles. Now, also you'll notice here is the brand new GBA mark, which looks really freaking cool. I'm actually a big fan of this new GBA mark that will be showing up in the Switch titles going forward, at least for GBA connectivity. Of course, the big question has to be asked, though, is there any point of actually getting this Celebi? I've seen some discourse online. I think this is pretty cool. I think it's awesome to have the Celebi with the GBA logo, especially considering that most of us as kids never got this thing. So I think it's very much a cool thing. On top of that, of course, it's just awesome in general that we are finally getting this connectivity happening. Additionally, paid subscriptions of Pokemon Home will be getting 3,000 more storage, going from 6,000 up to 9,000, taking us from 200 boxes to 300 boxes. Honestly, this is very welcome. I've been almost at max capacity in my Pokemon titles for a little bit, and I definitely need the storage, especially alongside the rumored 300 plus new Pokemon for Winds and Waves. This could be a huge necessary thing coming down the line. And not to mention, always community days with Pokemon. Pokemon Go always adds way too much stuff that needs to be stored. It also will be coincidentally inconvenient for me not to mention that around the same time we got this announcement, a wild rumor has appeared in the wild claiming that Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, along with Emerald, are supposedly coming to Nintendo Switch systems rather in late September or some point in October. It would be ironic that if the second we get FireRed and LeafGreen, that we also would get the connectivity for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. So that's a wait and see kind of thing, but it is pretty awesome to see that we are, at the very least, potentially going to get some more. Of course, alongside with this, we have to note that maybe, if you complete the Pokedex for, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, maybe you'll get the Jirachi. Similar situation, much like the Celebi that we're getting for FireRed LeafGreen. And of course, speculation is just that. But we can always hope. Let's get into the not-so-good news part of this video, though. Pokemon Bank has officially had its shut-off notice given to us, the player base. February 2025 / the 26th, Pokemon Bank will officially be shutting down. Pokemon Bank, of course, being the storage application for the 3DS line of systems that allowed you to transfer Pokemon from the Generation 5 titles, the Virtual Console of 1 and 2, and of course allowing you to easily transfer back and forth between Pokemon X, Y, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire, additionally with the Alola titles of Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon. With this, a major part of the Pokemon games will no longer be accessible. Every title from Generation 1 the entire way up to Generation 7 will no longer be able to connect to Pokemon Home, meaning that a firm shutdown of these servers will basically cut off a lot of resellers of, titles for many of the old games that we used to grow up with. Now, let's be honest. We were told by the Pokemon Company about 2 or 3 years ago that we were going to have to, at our kind of easiest convenience, to move stuff over. Do I think this is a bad move? I do, but also at the same time, we have been warned. We knew that this was coming, and we knew the official shutdown of Pokemon Bank was going to be coming sooner than later. It's an unfortunate thing to see, but we knew this was coming. Does it make it any easier? Absolutely not. But, of course, let's look on the bright side. That means that potentially we're going to be getting more of the older titles on the Nintendo Switch line of systems. And even if we don't, the Pokemon who we need here, I'm sure will find their way onto the Nintendo Switch very sooner than later. Well, that's all I have to really say on these topics, but I want to thank everyone so much for watching this video. If you guys have any concerns about Pokemon Bank, or if you guys are excited for Pokemon Home Update, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you guys have any awesome titles you want me to do, anything you want me to cover Pokemon related or geek related in general, leave those suggestions down below and I'd love to do them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Geek out.